The Suicide Squad in 3D, a 2016 release, a 2-hour film. 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio, so you will get the black bars at the top and the bottom if you're watching this on a television set or a screen like I have here. 5.9 on International Movie Database right now. 26% critics approval score on Rotten Tomatoes, but 58% audience approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. This is Dolby Atmos, Dolby True HD 7.1. Not to be confused with the Suicide Squad of 2021, I think it was. You'll notice up here it says extended cut. This is only on the 2D version. I have the 2D disc in there now. The 3D is not the extended cut. Okay, this is directed by David Ayer, stars Will Smith as Deadshot. You've got Jared Leto as the Joker, and you've got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, and you have the lovely Cara Delevingne as June, or the Enchantress. So what do you got here? You got this DC villains, this group of DC villains that are all incarcerated. And there's going to be some spoilers here. If you don't want to have any spoilers at all, go ahead and leave. All right. And then you've got Viola Davis, Amanda Waller. She brings up this point. She goes, if there was a bad Superman, and he come and attacked us, what do we got to stop him? And they said, well, we don't have anything to stop him. So she puts together this group, this Task Force X, to alleviate that problem, and it pops up, and these guys got to go into a mission, and but they're bad guys, right? They're villains. So she implants something in their neck, and if they try to leave or go awry, then she'll blow their head off. And if they carry out their mission, they get some time off of their sentence. All right. So let's talk about the characters a little bit here. You got Will Smith playing as Deadshot. Now, listen, Will Smith. I've always liked Will Smith. He's got a way of bringing humor, but not in a total comedic way, right? I mean, he's just got a way to hit those lines when he hits them. Jared Leto as the Joker. Look, as far as the rankings of the Joker goes, Jared Leto's on the bottom. Okay, let's just get right to the chase there. But here's the thing about that. Jared Leto is not the main role here. The Joker's not the main role here. He's here to introduce more or less Harley Quinn's character. They fall in love. She was Dr. Harley. She was the doctor, and she fell in love with him as a patient, and he seduced her and changed her, and now they're madly in love with one another. But this Joker, he's got maybe like 3 scenes in here. So he's just here to kind of bring up her character. Okay, and he does a good job as far as I'm concerned. All right. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn, the lovely, beautiful, sexy Margot Robbie. Oh my gosh, she's everything in this movie. This is her movie. This is her and Will Smith's movie. There's no doubt about it. She's cute. She's funny. She's adorable. She's sexy. She's everything in here, and she really pulls it off well. Then you got Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. She plays a great part. She's the one that's putting this all together. She's the government person that's putting this all together, this Task Force X. Cara Delevingne as June, or the Enchantress. You might recognize her from... let's see, what was that movie? Oh, Valerian. She was in Valerian. The lovely Cara Delevingne was in Valerian, and plays a witch here and an enchantress, and she's also an archaeologist. She's a good-looking gal. Look, when she's the witch, she's in this gothic-looking costume and outfit, which is really cool. She does a good job there. And then in the end, as she gains power, she gets this almost goddess look to her. She's very attractive, very, very attractive, very beautiful actress. And so, yes, there was some issue with the plot. Yes, I understand that they weren't too keen on Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker. But like I said, that's what it was. Will Smith, he trained with the Navy SEALs and the Army Rangers for this, with weapons. 9mm Glocks and AR-15s, and he became quite a good shot while he was training. And you got Margot Robbie trained for 6 months with gymnastics and boxing and weapons training and breath control underwater. And look, if I mispronounce these actors and actresses' names, don't barbecue me over that, because I'm going to do that. Everybody knows that I mispronounce. I got it as Margot Robbie. I could be even wrong about that. Ryan Gosling turned down the role as the Joker because you had to sign up for a dual multi-movie deal, and he didn't want to do that. Jared Leto got so into this role, on screen and off screen, even off screen when they weren't filming, that he would send Joker type gifts to the cast out of nowhere. Gifts like he sent a live rat to Margot Robbie. He sent soiled Playboy magazines to other cast members. He sent a dead hog, used condoms. In fact, one of the cast members was kind of frightened by this portrayal that he was doing off screen. Said he doesn't think he ever even met the real Jared Leto. So I don't know. Anyway, the soundtrack. Let's talk a little about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is classic rock. I think there's some hip hop in there and some rhythm and blues. Excellent. You could make an album out of this soundtrack. In fact, I'm sure they did. I'm sure there's a soundtrack album out of this. That was really good. Let's talk about the 3D now. The 3D. The 3D was solid throughout. There's never a moment in this movie where the 3D wasn't there. Okay, you got your depth. It's in the window, mainly in the window. You got your depth, but it's always there. And then you do outside the screen, you've got snow scenes where the snow's coming down and it's snowing in the room, and some rain scenes. Not a whole lot of pop-outs here. In fact, I only remember one pop-out. It was a tentacle that came off of a villain, and it came out, and I kind of pulled back just a little bit. Just that. So if you would have blinked, you would have missed it, and you wouldn't have seen that one pop out. But it was solid throughout. Great depth, great colors. I wouldn't want to watch this any other way. They did a great job on the 3D. They really did. So that's my take on this. What am I going to do? Here's the thing. There were some plot issues, but some of my favorite scenes just really hit home. There's a scene. Look, all right. Let me put it this way. The first 50 minutes, it's just getting set up. The first 50 minutes is a setup to get the Suicide Squad together. In fact, I think it was right at the 50-minute mark that Will Smith said, "So I guess we're the Suicide Squad." I haven't done anything really yet up to then. And then at about an hour and a half before the third act, there's a bar scene in here where they all go into this bar, and the whole mood of the movie shifts. Great backstory. Will Smith really sells his character. You get to learn a little bit about everybody in the backstory, just about everybody in that bar scene. Excellent bar scene. Really heartfelt, really hit home, that bar scene. And then the third act I thought was good. I thought the action was good. So what am I going to do with this? I'm going to give, oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Lowell. He is a subscriber of mine, and he sent me a list a while back of 3 movies to get, and I'm working on it, Lowell. It's going to take me a little bit of time because I had some other ones in there, and I want to thank Lowell for that. And I'm glad he told me about this and turned me on to Suicide Squad 2016. I'm going to give for the movie itself, I'm going to give it 3.75 stars for the movie, and I'm going to give it for the 3D 4.0 stars for the 3D. Is it a movie that I would watch again? It isn't something that I think I'm going to pop back in again. Now, I heard the 2021 did better, but I can't imagine this without Will Smith. I really can't, and I don't know if he was in 2020 or not. And this also was an offshoot of this, was Birds of Prey, which I want to pick up on that. I don't know if it's 3D, but I'm going to find out. All right, so what did you think? Did you see it? Did you see it in 3D? Did you see it in the theaters in 2016 in 3D? Leave some comments below about that experience you had. Did you see it in 2D? Leave some comments below on that. What did you think of Jared Leto's portrayal as the Joker? Leave some comments about that too. Got a lot more reviews coming out, so I want you to hit that like and subscribe button because I don't want you to miss out. Hit that notification bell as well. I want you to stay safe. I want you to have a good night. As always, God bless.